I'm recording an Oscar nominations predictions video on the day that the Emmy nominations came out. So make of that what you will. And on that note, 2025 Oscar nomination predictions for the month of July. Let's get started. Best Picture, number 1, Still Sing Sing. Number 2, Dune Part 2. Number 3, Anora. Number 4, Joker Folie à Deux. Number 5, Blitz. It's in my top 5 now. Number 6, Amelia Perez. New entry to my top 10. Number 7, Nickel Boys. Number 8, Gladiator 2. Number 9, Conclave. And number 10, The Seed of the Sacred Fig. No longer predicting Mohamed Rasuluf to win director, but still predicting nominations for director and screenplay for this movie, even though it will not get submitted by Iran for international feature. Speaking of international feature, Amelia Perez, that I think is going to be the Netflix film that gets picture, not The Piano Lesson. At least I think so for now. My mind could change though. So yeah, let's continue. Nickel Boys. Actually, before we continue, Nickel Boys. That right there is your Amazon MGM film. Conclave is your Focus Features film. Gladiator 2, Paramount. Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Anora, Neon. Doom Part 2, and Joker Folie à Deux, Warner Brothers. Sing Sing, A24. Blitz, Apple TV Plus, I presume. Yeah, I think it's definitely Apple TV Plus. It's coming out this year, Blitz. Because if it doesn't, that'll be a lot. That'll do a lot to all of our predictions. All right, now let's continue. Okay, before we continue again, just one more thing. Me explaining all the distributors is my way of saying the Academy is always democratic. Democratic with their distributors. So this year, I feel like they're gonna nominate two two studios twice. Neon for Honora, Cedar, Sacred Fig, and Warner Brothers, Doom Part 2 and Joker Folie à Deux. But who knows? Maybe some of these might drop off and be replaced with films from other studios. All right, now moving on. Queer does not have a major studio still yet. My prediction is Searchlight. It could be something else. It could be Sony Pictures Classics. It could be Focus Features. And in that case, we can maybe say bye bye to Conclave. It could be something else entirely. Who knows? Maybe it could be another A24 movie. Yeah, we'll see. A Real Pain from Searchlight. So if Searchlight distributes Queer, then that will be their main horse. And I might take out Conclave or Seed. One of the two. Maybe even Gladiator 2. I'm not sure. Well, let's continue. The Piano Lesson, Netflix. I think this is more of an acting contender than a picture contender. I don't even know if it's even going to get screenplay. Ma Rainey didn't get screenplay. You got His Three Daughters at number 14. It's back in my screenplay predictions, and it's back being pretty high on my picture predictions. Number 15, The Room Next Door. Number 16, Juror Number 2. Number 17, We Live in Time. Number 18, The Collaboration. Number 19, The Apprentice. And number 20, Long Day's Journey into Night. So we move on to Best Director. And at long last, ladies and gentlemen, number 1 is Denis Villeneuve, Dune Part 2. Can't keep denying it anymore. I think this is going to happen. Number 2, Sean Baker, Anora. Number 3, Steve McQueen, Blitz. I think he's firmly in there. Number 4, Todd Phillips, Joker Folie à Deux. And number 5, Mohamed Rasuluf, The Seed of the Sacred Fig. So yeah, I'm still predicting him for director, but I don't think he's going to win. Number 6, Greg Quadar, Sing Sing. Number 7, Edward Berger, Conclave. Number 8, Jacques Audiard, Amelia Perez. Number nine, Ridley Scott, Gladiator 2. Number 10, Jonathan Kent, Long Day's Journey into Night. Still no word from Long Day's Journey into Night. No firm confirmation, I should say. All right, Best Actress. I made, I guess a pretty predictable yet still significant omission. You'll see what it is in just a moment. Number one is still, though, Lady Gaga, Joker, Folie Adieu. Number two, Angelina Jolie, Maria. Number three, Mikey Madison, Honora. Number four, Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez. And number five, Tilda Swinton, The Room Next Door. And the omission I made is now my number six, Saoirse Ronan, Blitz. And I think a lot of people are veering toward that direction. I see her on number five on a lot of people's predictions, and maybe some people don't have her in at all. I'm just going to be one of those who just says, you know what, I'm going to hold off until I see the trailer for Blitz. Number seven, Florence Pugh, We Live in Time. Number eight, Zendaya, Challengers. Number nine, Carrie Coon, His Three Daughters. Number 10, Jessica Lange, Long Day's Journey into Night. A lot of these predictions so far are taking into consideration who's likely to get Globe nominations first and foremost, and then maybe who's likely to win Critics' Choice in certain categories, and then get nominations at BAFTA and other categories and whatnot. BAFTA, or get BAFTA nominations and whatnot. Yeah, that's the basis of a lot of these predictions. I'm really thinking about precursors and what's likely to happen. Best Actor, number one. We're back at Coleman Domingo, which means I go back on my word about Joaquin Phoenix, Joker, Folie Adieu. Did I make a word for it? I said if Joaquin Phoenix gets nominated, he will win. Well, I've learned my lesson from Everything Everywhere All at Once and Oppenheimer and many a Best Picture winning film that has a lead actor that's about to win their Oscar. That, you know, a lot of times the Best Picture winner just picks up their lead actor. Whether it's Million Dollar Baby or Nomadland, and yeah, they just zoop, there you go. And so I shouldn't be, I shouldn't deny that with Coleman Domingo. I mean, Coleman Domingo's going to win SAG for crying out loud. And yeah, he might win. I think he'll win the Golden Globe for drama, and then he could win Critics' Choice. He could win BAFTA. We'll see about him versus Daniel Craig at BAFTA. I mean, they gave it to Will Smith for King Richard at BAFTA, so maybe they could give it to him at BAFTA. Yeah. Number three, Daniel Craig, Queer. Number four, Ray Fiennes, Conclave. Number five, John David Washington, The Piano Lesson. Number six, Nicholas Hoult, Juror number two. He might get that Globe, but I don't think he's going to get the Oscar nomination. Number seven, Andrew Garfield, We Live in Time. I think he also might get the Globe, but not the Oscar nomination. Maybe a BAFTA. But I don't think the BAFTA's nominated him for Tick Tick Boom, so we'll see. Number 8, Paul Bettany, The Collaboration. Number 9, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. And number 10, Ed Harris, Long Day's Journey into Night. Best Supporting Actress. Now that I have the Nickel Boys in picture and The Piano Lesson not in picture, my number 1 is Anjanou Alice Taylor for Nickel Boys. My number 2 is Danielle Deadweiler, The Piano Lesson. Number 3, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave. Number 4, Leslie Manville, Queer. I kind of think she is happening. And number 5, Julianne Moore, the Room Next Door. Sure, I'll predict her. Number 6, Toni Collette, Juror number 2. I don't think it's going to be a particularly strong film, awards-wise, and so I have her out. Number 7, Selena Gomez, Amelia Perez. Number 8, Natasha Lyonne, His Three Daughters. Number 9, Elizabeth Olsen, His Three Daughters. And number 10, Connie Nielsen, Gladiator 2. Best Supporting Actor. Number 1, Clarence Macklin, Sing Sing. I think both actors are going to go along with the Best Picture win for Sing Sing. Number 2, Samuel L. Jackson, The Piano Lesson. I mean, it's possible that Samuel L. Jackson sweeps, but I really do think that the strength of the movie is going to help Macklin. Number 3, Drew Starkey, Queer. Number 4, Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. And number 5, Paul Raci, Sing Sing. So I added Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. Um, After seeing the trailer and being like, "Oh my goodness, Kieran Culkin," yeah, I've been denying it, but you know what? I'm gonna just add him in. I definitely think Drew Starkey is happening, even if Queer is not in picture. Number 6, J.K. Simmons, juror number 2, someone who could also get the Golden Globe but not the Oscar nomination. Number 7, Denzel Washington, Gladiator 2. He's definitely not getting the BAFTA nomination, that's for sure. Number 8, Jeremy Pope, The Collaboration. Number 9, Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. And number 10, Ben Foster, Long Day's Journey into Night. The BAFTAs do not nominate Denzel Washington. So, yeah. Continuing on. Best Original Screenplay. Number 1, Honora. Number 2, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, just in case. Number 3, Blitz. Number 4, A Real Pain. Number 5, His Three Daughters. Number 6, Juror Number 2. Number 7, The Room Next Door. Number 8, Amelia Perez. Number 9, We Live in Time. And number 10, The Apprentice. Yeah, number 2 and number 3 are interchangeable for me, so I don't really care. Best Adapted Screenplay. Number 1, Sing Sing. Number 2, Doom Part 2. Number 3, Joker Folie Adieu. Man, if Doom Part 2 wins screenplay and director, it's definitely winning picture. Number 4, Nickel Boys. Number 5, Conclave. Number 6, Queer. Number 7, The Piano Lesson. Number 8, The Collaboration. Number 9, Gladiator 2. Number 10, Long Day's Journey into Night. I think Gladiator 2 is going to be text and picture. Almost in like a Nightmare Alley sense. And then, yeah, that's it. Best Animated Feature Film. Number 1 is the billion-dollar grossing Inside Out 2. I see no reason not to bet against this one. Number 2, Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. I think that this could be the movie that... I know I had it at like number 10 at a certain point. But like I think this could be the movie to beat Inside Out 2. Because usually I see things that defeat big IPs. The thing about animated feature film upsets is that they happen with proven entities, whether it's directors or film franchises. Like, Hayao Miyazaki taking down Spider-Verse last year's one. It wasn't an upset, but like a lot of people still thought Incredibles 2 was going to win, even though Spider-Verse was clearly the first Spider-Verse film was clearly dominating animated feature in the precursors, and so Spider-Man is a proven entity, and it has defeated Pixar that year. Um, so in a way, like I imagine that a proven entity like Lord of the Rings would triumph over Inside Out 2 if Inside Out 2 is going to get defeated. Now, granted, the Wild Robot is adapted from something, but like I guess the narrative for that movie winning would be it's the last DreamWorks animated film that'll be animated in house, and it winning would kind of bookend I guess DreamWorks run an animated feature since Shrek, in a way, which was the first animated feature film winner, and they beat Pixar, and Shrek beat Pixar's Monsters Inc. So that's what I would assume would be the narrative for the Wild Robot. I would think that the Wild Robot would be if the Wild Robot's going to do it, I honestly think it would need to be hovering in screenplay. I really do. Like, it premiering at TIFF is not enough. Look, the movie Abominable premiered at TIFF. All right, and that went nowhere in animated feature. It needs to place at TIFF like The Boy and the Heron, um, and it needs to be considered literally one of the best movies of the year. If that's not the case, it will not win. It'll get nominated for sure, but Wild Robot will not win. So for now, I have at number three The Wild Robot. But the film that I think it would be most likely to defeat Inside Out 2 is The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. We'll see. Number four, Flow. Number five, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. And number six, Moana 2. Now, between these two, one of these two is going to make it. That's just it. One of these two is going to make it. The other will not. Because, I don't see this animated feature film category nominating that many, nominating more than two sequels, I guess. Is Lord of the Rings the War of Rohirrim sequel? I don't know. Anywho, the point is, between Wallace and Gromit and Moana 2, I think Wallace and Gromit is going to make it because a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon, and Moana 2 will just get left over by the wayside, similar to Frozen 2. Maybe, but maybe it's the reverse. Maybe they both get it and Flow doesn't get in, or Lord of the Rings doesn't get in. We shall see. Number 7, Memoir of a Snail. Number 8, Savages. Number 9, Wildwood. Number 10, Spellbound. Best Documentary Feature. Number 1, No Other Land. Number 2, Ibelin. Number 3, Sugarcane. Number 4, Porcelain War. Number 5, Skywalker's A Love Story. Number 6, Daughters. Number 7, Youth, Spring. Number 8, Union. Number 9, A New Kind of Wilderness. And number 10, Black Box Diaries. Nothing has changed. Best International Feature. Number 1, Emilia Perez, Mexico. Number 2, Ibelin, Norway. Number 3, Girls Will Be Girls, India. Number 4, Evil Does Not Exist, Japan. Number 5, Reinas, either Peru or Spain. Number 6, All We Imagine as Light, maybe Luxembourg. Number 7, Grand Tour, Portugal. Number 8, The Girl with the Needle, Denmark. Number 9, The Balconettes, France. And number 10, In the Land of Brothers, Iran. Or Iran. Iran. Best Film Editing. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Joker Folie Adieu. Number 3, Blitz. Number 4, Sing Sing. Number 5, Anora, only because I have that winning screenplay. If I didn't have that winning screenplay, I would have maybe Seeded the Sacred Fig editing. Because having it in picture director and screenplay only doesn't feel right, but we shall see. Maybe Seeded Sacred Fig gets editing and acting categories. Yeah, editing and acting nominations. Number 7, Conclave. Number 8, Gladiator 2. Number 9, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. And number 10, Long Day's Journey into Night. Best Sound. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Joker Folie Adieu. Number 3, Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. Number 4, Blitz. Number 5, Gladiator 2. Number 6, Civil War. Number 7, Twisters. Number 8, Conclave. Number 9, The Piano Lesson. Number 10, A Quiet Place Day 1. Doom Part 2 cemented this sound win. Just like the first film, Doom Part 2 cemented its sound win in the very first few seconds of the movie when it was in black, when the screen was in black, and the Sardaukar priest was doing his thing. Best Visual Effects. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Unchallenged, very obvious, easy win. Number 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Maybe it wins VES, but then Doom Part 2 wins everything else. Number 3, Mufasa, The Lion King. Number 4, Furiosa, A Mad Max Saga. Number 5, Gladiator 2. Number 6, Deadpool and Wolverine. I finally put Deadpool Wolverine at number 6. Um, and I think that they want. They don't like. The Oscars have. I feel like they think Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be a little bit goofy and then that they'll just not nominate it. And the Oscars are not a fan of things that seem goofy. So, yeah. Number 7, Twisters. Number 8, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Number 9, Godzilla Kong The New Empire. And number 10, Nosferatu. All right, we move on to Best Cinematography. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Joker Folie à Deux. Hard to deny Joker a cinematography nomination. Number 3, Blitz. Number 4, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. Yes, I have this in cinematography. Okay. I'm looking at the field. I just feel like I have a feeling that in spite of the bomb that Furiosa is, that maybe critics will rally it around Furiosa in terms of text the same way they rallied behind Mad Max Mad Max Fury Road in terms of the movie getting a picture nomination. Like I could see that happening in the technical categories for Furiosa. Like I really do think that Furiosa is this year's, in a way, awards wise, is going to have the similar fate to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The difference is that one was a huge box office success and the other was not, clearly. And Gladiator 2 is number 5. We have Queer number 6, Nosferatu number 7, Maria, Conclave, Long Day's Journey into Night. Best production design. All right, here we go. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Blitz. Number 3, Beetlejuice. All right. Number 4, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. So, like I said, I don't think we're going to be devoid of a lot of these tech categories because I don't think Furiosa is going to be devoid of a lot of these tech categories like most people are predicting because, like, what else are you going to nominate? Seriously, Nosferatu? The answer is no. Okay, because if you think, because listen, I've seen the trailer, the teaser trailer, and the official trailer of Beetlejuice. If you're not predicting that thing for at least 2 Oscar nominations, if not 3, I don't know what you're doing. You should not. I think it's unwise to be predicting Nosferatu at this point because that thing does not look Oscar bait at all. Even though I have it hovering like in the basket with regards to certain tech categories. I don't think it's going to get those tech categories, even if it gets a little bit of precursors here and there. Anywho, Gladiator 2 is number 5 again. Joker Folie à Deux, number 6. Okay, I don't think Joker's getting a production design nomination. The first one didn't. I don't think this one will. I think the other production design, the production designs of the other films stand out a little too much for that to happen. Number 7, The Piano Lesson. Number 8, Nosferatu. Just because it's here doesn't mean I think it's happening. Just because I'm predicting it, just because I have it at number 8 and I think, oh, it's not impossible, doesn't mean I think it's happening. It's not impossible, but I doubt it's going to happen because it doesn't. It's not baity. It's just not up the Academy's alley. Okay, some people think it's going to Nightmare Alley its way into Best Picture. I'm just like, that's literally Gladiator 2. Like, that's not Nosferatu. Like, Focus Features, which is behind Nosferatu, is already focused on Conclave. It doesn't. We don't need to do this. All right, it's just Robert Eggers is not Academy friendly, and he will never be Academy friendly. He's, in fact, I would argue he's deliberately trying not to be Academy friendly or trying not to be audience friendly. He's really sticking in his own lane, and there's no reason for people to predict Nosferatu in their top 5s for any category whatsoever. So if you're going to predict a movie that has Willem Dafoe in it to get several tech nominations, you better be predicting Beetlejuice, not Nosferatu. I'm telling you that right now. Maybe I might go back on my word. No, no, no. Not. I'm not gonna go back on my word here. I'm not gonna go back on what I say here, like I did with lead actor. Not here. I'm this one. I'm actually more confident in. All right. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, not Nosferatu. Number 9, Conclave. Number 10, Long Day's Journey into Night. Best costume design. My goodness, people. I'm seeing people overestimate Nosferatu. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Uh, Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Those costumes, man. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing ends up being in the winning conversation. To be honest. Number 3, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. It's definitely getting costumes. Come on now. Number 4, Joker Folie à Deux. Number 5, Gladiator 2. Number 6, Blitz. I'm torn between Gladiator 2 and Blitz in terms of which one's going to get costumes and which not going to get costumes. Number 7, Maria. Number 8, The Piano Lesson. Number 9, Nosferatu. Number 10, Long Day's Journey into Night. Like, it's not impossible for Nosferatu. Look, I'm not saying it's impossible for Nosferatu to get like tech nominations, but that's as good as it gets. No picture, no screenplay. Yeah, exactly. Like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do in terms of like screenplay, picture? It's Nosferatu is the kind of film that needs a screenplay nomination if it's gonna get picture, and that's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna get screenplay. It also needs. It also is the kind of film that needs best director if it's gonna get a picture nomination. It's not gonna get best director. All right. Best director. And it's not going to Nightmare Alley its way to Best Picture because Critics' Choice is not going to go anywhere near this film. This is not Critics' Choice friendly. Critics' Choice are going to try to anti-predict Nosferatu because they think this is not Academy friendly, and so we're going to predict these other movies instead. And so, if you really want Nosferatu to do well, you're going to have to rely on Critics' Choice nominating this for Best Picture. Otherwise, forget it. BAFTA, I don't think it might make some BAFTA mentions, but I don't think this is gonna. I mean, man, I bet this could be this year's last voyage of the Demeter, if for all we know. Like, just get like a makeup shortlist mention at the Oscars and go absolutely nowhere. Okay, I don't know if I'm done with my rant, but I'm ranting, y'all. uh, Best makeup and hairstyling. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Some people have this winning. Maybe, okay? Maybe. I'm not there yet. Number 3, Sasquatch Sunset. Number 4, Joker Folie à Deux. Number 5, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. The work in Sasquatch Sunset is undeniable. Number 6, A Different Man. Number 7, Maria. It'll be a shame if Sasquatch Sunset gets passed over, even for a shortlist mention. I hope it gets nominated. Number 8, Nosferatu. Number 9, The Apprentice. And number 10, Long Day's Journey into Night. Best Original Score. Number 1, Doom Part 2. Number 2, Joker Folie à Deux. Number 3, Blitz. Number 4, The Room Next Door. Number 5, Conclave. Number 6, Queer. Number 7, Sing Sing. Number 8, Amelia Perez. Number 9, Gladiator 2. Number 10, Long Day's Journey into Night. I am going to see some people try to predict Nosferatu for score. And I am going to be angry, and my emotions are going to be twisted like this. I know you don't see my hands, but I'm doing a movement with my hands. Ooh, I know some people that are going to, I already know some people in my head. I'm not going to name any names, but I know some people that are going to try to predict it. If they're not already predicting it right now, they're just going to put it in their top 5 just cuz. Ooh. This is oh my goodness. This video is a Nosferatu rant video. It's like, it's not happening. This is me screaming, it's not happening. All right, best original song. Which 10 movies are likely to get song nominations? Number 1, Emilia Perez. There might be a song in there that might win. Maybe. Number 2, Joker Folie à Deux. Number 3, Diane Warren, Relentless. Number 4, Moana 2. Number 5, Mufasa the Lion King. Number 6, Sing Sing. Number 7, Piece by Piece. Number 8, Challengers. Number 9, The End. And number 10, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh, speaking of score, they're not going to nominate the Challenger score. Okay, they're more than likely going to nominate the score for Queer than they are for Challengers. Like, that's going to be the Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score that gets nominated, not Challengers. Like, that, the Challenger score sounds like EDM music or rave music, and the Academy is not about that, okay? They're not about that at all. That being said, song, probably not impossible, but probably not going to happen. The End, I don't know about that. And Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, that's just a shot in the dark. Moving on to the shorts. Best Animated Short Film, Bug Diner, Lake Baikal, Drago, The Bleacher, Larry, Mies Yufi, Maran Maro, Martyr's Guidebook, Donna Beatriz Nyasimba Vida, and In the Shadow of the Cypress. Best Documentary Short Film, Bob's Funeral, Salone Love, Merman, The Smallest Power, To Be Invisible, Winding Path, Object 817, Alok, 14 Paintings, and Ekba. And finally, Best Live Action Short Film, Bye Bye Bowser and Essex Girls. Doesn't those two titles sound like titles that could potentially win Oscars? Especially Bye Bye Bowser. That's why I have that at number 1. It just sounds like a title of a movie, a short film that could win the Oscar. Now watch it, not make the short list. I'm just kidding. We'll see. Number 3, The Masterpiece. Number 4, The Stag. Number 5, Border Hopper. Honestly, 1 through 4 sound like either 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 sound like maybe 1 through 4 sound like titles that could win the Oscar. Now watch them all get stuff on the short list for the Oscars. Anywho, number 5, Border Hopper. Number 6, The Looming. Number 7, The Lost Season. Number 8, The Rainbow Bridge. Number 9, Phoebe. And number 10, Terra Mater. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, Shalom.